What's going on, everybody? This is your host with the most, A to the B, Albert Perkins, right here on the weekly wrap-up on the Structure Network. A lot of news to get into here for this week. Hope you guys had a fantastic turkey day. So with that said, let's go ahead and check out the news that we had going on for this week, the week of November 28th, 2014. Let's go! Well, that didn't take long. Telltale Games has went ahead and announced an upcoming release date for their series, The Game of Thrones. The good news? It's a lot sooner than what you think. The game will officially launch Episode 1 on Tuesday, December 2nd on the PC, Mac, and PlayStation 4. It will also be launching on the Xbox One and Xbox 360 the following day, December 3rd. The PlayStation 3 version, well, you guys will have to wait a little longer. The game will launch a week later on December 9th. Wow, can't be more excited for that. And if that isn't enough news for you, Telltale also went ahead and announced that on December 1st, they will be releasing a full-length trailer for the game, Game of Thrones. Can't wait for this one, it's going to be great. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And for more news on the Game of Thrones, make sure you keep it locked right here on the Structure Network. Hideo Kojima has gone ahead and confirmed that he will debut the online multiplayer components of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Now, this debut will go ahead and will take place during the Video Game Awards, which are going on next week, carried on live on Twitch. If you recall, Metal Gear Solid Online last made an appearance with Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. That game allowed up to 16-player combat. Now, there's no telling how many players that this one will support at this time, but with games like Call of Duty and Battlefield supporting much more than that, well, there's probably a pretty good chance that it's going to be able to handle more than just 16-player combat. Now, the awards take place next week on December 5th, so be sure to check them out or check out next week's show for full details. It's no secret that Assassin's Creed Unity has faced a lot of issues since the game was launched. Now, Ubisoft has recently gone ahead this week and released a patch that addresses these issues, specifically regarding campaign and cooperative play. Check this out. The patch features over 300 fixes for the game, including stability and performance, matchmaking, gameplay, connectivity, and more. Ubisoft noted that while players might notice some improvements to frame rate as a result of the patch, they still have a future patch planned to further address frame rate issues as well. Now, the patch was released earlier this week on Wednesday, so if you haven't already, get on over there and download that patch immediately so you can get your game updated. And now some fantastic Nintendo news. Smash Bros. Is now the fastest selling Wii U game of all time. That's right, the fastest selling Wii U game ever. Nintendo announced that the game sold just under 500,000 units in just 3 days. 490,000 units to be exact, and that number includes digital and physical copies of the game sold between the 21st and the 23rd. This means that the entire franchise of Smash Bros. Has sold up to 14 million copies since its inception back in 1999 on the Nintendo 64. Surprised? I don't know, not really. Smash Bros. Is one of Nintendo's best-selling franchises, and if you recall last week, Reggie announced that pre-orders were at an all-time high for the game. There seems that there's only one place for Smash Bros. To go. Up. Show me your moves! And that pretty much wraps up all the news that we have for this week, right here on the Weekly Wrap-Up on the Structure Network. Appreciate you guys tuning into the show every week, as always. For more video game news and reviews, make sure you keep it locked right here on the Structure Network. And for more Weekly Wrap-Up videos, feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the Weekly Wrap-Up's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Weekly Wrap-Up Gaming. That's youtube.com/Weekly Wrap-Up Gaming. I am, of course, your host with the most, A to the B, Albert Perkins, and I will be back next week with a full set of news. Hope you guys are well. We'll see you next week.